Welcome to solverfy.
Okay, we've been asked to rank the following bonds from least polar to most polar. We've got carbon bound to fluorine, we've got silicon bound to fluorine, and gallium bound to fluorine. Now, what you'll notice is that there is a relationship between carbon, silicon, and gallium, right? They are all in the same group. Carbon appears above silicon in the periodic table, which appears above gallium. After nitrogen and oxygen appears fluorine, right? Now recall what we know about polarity in bonds, right? What we're talking about is the difference in electronegativity. The higher the difference, the more polar the bond. Now, consider what we know about electronegativity and the periodic table. What is the most electronegative atom on the periodic table? It's fluorine. What is the top rightmost atom in the periodic table, not counting our noble gases, which we kind of disregard here because they're relatively unreactive? It's fluorine. And the location of fluorine kind of gives us a hint about that rule about electronegativity. Electronegativity increases to the right, and it increases as we go up. Right? So the further right you are, the more electronegative you are, and the further up you are, the more electronegative you are. So when we look at carbon, silicon, and gallium, what do we know about electronegativity of these relative to each other? Well, because as you go up, you get more electronegative, then this is, in terms of electronegativity, the least. Silicon is in the middle, and carbon is the most among those three. And then we know fluorine to be very electronegative. It's the most electronegative atom. So if what we want is a large difference in electronegativity among carbon, silicon, and gallium, which will have the largest difference as compared to fluorine, the one with the lowest electronegativity, that is gallium, right? If we go up and to the right to increase electronegativity, then down and to the left, or simply down, decreases electronegativity. So our biggest gap will be between gallium and fluorine, which means that the most polar will be gallium and fluorine. And carbon and fluorine will be the least polar, while silicon and fluorine will be between them. So ranking from least polar to most polar, we simply present them in the order we were presented them. Carbon and fluorine is the least polar. Next is silicon and fluorine. And finally, gallium and fluorine.